Good morning. This is a recording for Friday, December 1st. When we forgive someone, we let go of any demand that they should suffer as we have suffered. When we forgive ourselves, we also free ourselves from a cycle of punishment and retribution directed at ourselves. As we learned in the series, this vicious cycle never offers the release from pain that we seek. It only serves to compound the anguish. This is not to say we are not responsible and accountable for our actions. Forgiving yourself doesn't let you off the hook for what you've done. You still must walk the fourfold path of forgiveness and seek to right your wrongs, the wrongs that you have caused to yourself. To truly forgive ourselves, we cannot skip over an honest attempt to admit our wrongs, confront the consequences of our hurtful actions, apologize, ask for forgiveness, and make amends. So really, it's the same forgiveness path as we have been exploring when discussing forgiving others and asking for forgiveness from others. Professors Julie Hall and Frank Fincham from the State University of New York at Buffalo distinguish between true self-forgiveness and pseudo self-forgiveness. This is what they say. In order to truly forgive oneself, one must either explicitly or implicitly acknowledge that one's behavior was wrong and accept responsibility or blame for such behavior. Without these elements, self-forgiveness is irrelevant and pseudo-self-forgiveness becomes likely. Pseudo-self-forgiveness occurs when you fail to acknowledge wrongdoing, when you refuse to accept responsibility. In such a situation, you may think you have forgiven yourself, when in fact, you just don't believe you did anything wrong. The realization of your own wrongdoing and acceptance of responsibility generally initiate feelings of guilt and regret, which must be fully experienced before you can move towards self-forgiveness. Attempt to forgive yourself without cognitively and emotionally processing the transgression and its consequences are likely to lead to denial, suppression, or pseudo-forgiveness. We're looking for authentic self-forgiveness, and this comes only with an honest, searching look at ourselves, at our actions, and the consequences of our actions. People who genuinely seek to forgive themselves are people who want to change. They don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. To want genuine self-forgiveness, you must be a person of conscience. If you feel guilt, shame, regret, or remorse for something you have done, this is the place to begin. Then you can walk the fourfold path and seek forgiveness from yourself. If you are paralyzed by guilt, shame, regret, or remorse, there is a way to heal and break free of this paralysis by engaging in a process of forgiving yourself. So today, let's do a practice called compassionate abiding to remind ourselves that the only way to free ourselves from our past mistakes and all these feelings of guilt, shame, regret, or remorse is to look at what transpires openly and honestly. So, as always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your mind, your heart. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Nice and soft breath. See if you can find a sense of spaciousness in your breathing, letting all the experiences of the present moment to flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. The practice of compassionate abiding is a way of bringing warmth to unwanted feelings. It is a direct method for embracing our experience rather than rejecting it. So now recall a situation for which you seek self-forgiveness, and notice all the unwanted feelings that start coming up. Whatever the situation is for you, see if you can truly contact these unwanted feelings. Where do you feel them in your body? Do they have any texture, any color? Breathe in these unwanted feelings, allowing them in completely, opening to them without fear. The in-breath can be deep and relaxed, anything that helps you to let the feeling be there, anything that helps you not push it away. And as you breathe out, you relax and give the feeling some space. The out-breath is not a way of sending the discomfort away, but rather it's about ventilating this discomfort, loosening the tension around it, becoming aware of the space in which the discomfort is occurring. Maybe gently remind yourself, how human of me to feel this way. How human of me to want this feeling to go away. Now notice what thoughts are being provoked as you remember the situation and contact the feelings. Can you bring some kindness to yourself here? Maybe once again remind yourself, how human of me. Breathe in and allow all these thoughts in, opening to them, not pushing them away. And as you breathe out, create some space around the thoughts, around the discomfort. How human of me to think this way. How human of me to want these thoughts to go away. This practice helps us develop unconditional self-acceptance, which leads to self-forgiveness, because we willingly touch parts of ourselves that we are not proud of. We touch feelings that we think we should not be having, feelings of failure, shame, murderous rage, all those politically incorrect feelings like racial prejudice, disdain for people we consider ugly or inferior, all the sexual addictions, other forms of addictions, all our phobias. We contact whatever we are experiencing and go beyond liking or disliking by breathing in and opening. And then we breathe out and relax. This process has a leaning in quality. Breathing in, you lean in, and it's very much the same. We touch the experience, feeling it in the body, and we're breathing it. And by doing this, we are transmuting hard, reactive, rejecting energy into basic warmth and openness. And as we breathe out, we continue to experience what's happening. It's a way of working with our negativity that appreciates that the negative energy per se is not the problem. Confusion only begins when we cannot abide with the intensity of the energy, and therefore we start spinning off. Staying present with our own energy allows it to keep flowing and move on. Abiding with our own energy is the ultimate non-aggression, the ultimate self-acceptance. So continue in this way for another minute or so. I'll be silent to give you space to touch your direct experiences without the distraction of my voice. And now gently let go of your practice. As always, can your body notice what's going on for you right now? Physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you really? And as you go through your day today, I invite you to contemplate the difference between true, authentic self-forgiveness and pseudo self-forgiveness. Can you think of various situations in your life that represent both of these? And do share in the comments here or in our private Mindful Morning Circle group if you'd like. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.